Perky Plains and RC here, operating at 2.4 gigahertz, and got my trusty Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew, do, 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 Mountain Dew, do, 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 do. Okay, enough of that. How is everybody doing out there? Figured it was time to go ahead and do yet another update. Well, actually, the first real update since my initial video on the RC Snow Skimmer that I am working on. And I'll tell you right now, it's very close to completion, and we've been getting very crappy weather here. We actually have a little bit of snow today. I don't think it's a good enough amount to really even test this thing with. I'd rather at least get a couple inches, you know. And really, we just have like a dusting right now. We've been getting nothing but rain, you know, here where I live. I mean, it is absolutely terrible. Our yard is still a muddy mess. So it stinks. It really does. I'm hoping here soon. I was kind of joking with my wife. You know, normally I don't like snow. I could kind of do without it, or at least, you know, not do very much of it. And due to this little snow skimmer project, I'm actually looking forward to snow. I actually want to try this thing out and just, you know, see what it's capable of. So, and of course right now too, it's not even, it's close to being ready, but it's just not there yet. But anyways, I'm going to quit gabbering on like I tend to do, and let's just show you guys what I've done so far on the snow skimmer. It's actually starting to take a little bit of shape now. All right, guys, here you have it. It no longer looks a whole lot like a RC chip and dip dispenser. So as you can see, it's really starting to sort of take shape, as I was saying. I got the front part on here, even got the, you know, the main front top part here, and also the main top deck as well. And of course, with the motors on there as well. And something really cool I kind of went ahead and did, and used a metric ton of hot glue, it seemed like. But I made a cutout here for the battery connector. This is an XT60 connector, and also a quick access bind plug access point. So this is a servo extension run off of the receiver to my little battery compartment, to where I can do put my bind plug in. So, and then of course I'll put some Velcro and stuff in here, and then make sure the battery's nice and secured and stuff. So, the only thing really left to do is I want to kind of cover up the motors here pretty good, so they don't get exposed too much to the elements, like as far as the wiring. Of course, you can see the wiring goes down inside the main body of it, but I want to get some covers kind of put around that to protect the wiring and protect it, or prevent any water from seeping into it. So I'm gonna get those covered up, and probably put a final covering here on the. If I've got a little bent there, put a little bit of a covering here on the motor, on these little motor mount things. And as you can see too, I also have the back on it as well. Receivers are all glued and taped up inside of there to prevent, you know, water and stuff from getting into it. And I've really kind of glued around the seams here as best I could to prevent water from getting there. And also, of course, the receiver is also deep inside there as well. I think it's over in this vicinity. And then really aside from that, the only thing I want to do is kind of seal up these edges right here to kind of prevent water from getting in. And put my battery and lid on it and take her out. So as you can see, not much left to do. I am going to run some packing tape over the whole thing, or at least the bottom part, to kind of give it a slick surface, but also to kind of prevent water from ruining the foam board. Like I said, this is actually still bare foam board right now. So that's really all that's left. So as you can see, it's getting there. Let me go ahead and do a quick demonstration here on the differential thrust setup, so you guys can see how that's working. Okay, had to move the camera around here so we can kind of show this to you. Now, of course, got my trusty Spectrum DX6. Gonna go ahead and power that on. Luckily, I've already still left it on the Snow Skimmer model, as you can see there, so shouldn't actually have to bind anything. And I'm going to hook the battery up to it. Okay. All right, let me make sure that's kind of in view there. Okay. Like I said, this thing is completely servoless to steer it. I mean, completely servoless. So steering is only done with the motors here. There's no separate rudder that controls direction. So if you're unsure or just want to know about it, so I know some people that will maybe watch my channel may know about differential thrust and what it is. But if you're not familiar with it, differential thrust, what's going to happen is, like I said, your turning is actually controlled by the motors. So what's going to happen is one motor is going to speed up faster than the other to cause, you know, a change in direction. A lot of drones and stuff kind of work like that. They'll, you know, one motor might spin up a little bit faster than the other to cause it to do certain, you know, certain direction changes, maneuvers, and things like that. So kind of the same concept here, pretty much. And I'll let you know kind of what I've done. Of course, I'll have my main throttle will be on the left, and my steering is on the right stick. Technically, you would have your left stick, the up and down, be your main throttle, and also left and right would be your rudder, your direction. But to kind of make it easy to use and is more, you know, I feel like it made more sense to me to put the actual direction on the right stick. So that's essentially what I've programmed into the radios to let it do it that way. Now, something about differential thrust too that some of you may not know is that it's kind of opposite. So, you know, if you want this vehicle to turn that direction, okay, so that is to the right, you actually want your left motor here to be the one to spin up faster to cause it to turn that direction. And if you're actually wanting to turn left, your right motor is what's going to spin up faster. So, you know, I think sometimes you almost your brain wants to think, hey, right, the right motor should fire up, left, the left motor should fire up. But it's actually quite the opposite. So, again, if I'm turning to the right, this motor here has to speed up to push it to the right. And if I'm going to want to turn left, then the right motor over here is what's going to have to spin faster to push in that direction. Okay, let me go ahead and activate my throttles here. So, you can see both of them fired up. That is only with just the straight throttle stick. I don't know if I can do this safely. So, that is only with that stick there. Okay, and if I want to, let's just say I want to turn to the right. You see that motor firing up. And if I want to turn to the left, you see that motor firing up. So that's the basics of your differential thrust. Now, there's both of them turned on. And let's say I want to turn, you know, to the left. You can hear that motor spinning, you know, spinning it faster. If I want to turn to the right, you can hear that motor spinning up. So, there you go. I would encourage nobody ever try that at home. Make sure your props are off before you do it. But for this demonstration, I try to keep a safe distance. So, all right. So that is all on the Snow Skimmer. And a little discussion there, a little introduction as far as differential thrust. Like I said, as you can see, we're almost there and almost completed with this thing. So hopefully the next video we'll have this thing out on the snow. If not the snow, maybe it'll be the grass. I don't really know at this point. So hopefully, I'm hoping for some decent weather to try this thing out on and show you guys how it does in action. So, but anyways, that is all from me. Hello there. Hello. So I do want to thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video.